Now, in today's session, we will be understanding what is CRO, the block diagram of CRO, the front panel layout of the CRO, and the various applications of the CRO. First of all, you must understand why we should study about CRO. What is the CRO stand for? Okay, CRO is one of the very important circuit in electronic industry. CRO stands for cathode ray oscilloscope. I think you people are watching many movies. In that also you can see whenever any patient is being admitted, okay, they will be monitoring their heartbeat, okay, and it will be reflected in like TV like screen. So that particular screen which you can see on TV and serials and other places, that is nothing but a CRO. Okay, that CRO is specially designed for medical purposes, but we are going to study a type of the CRO which is actually the base. Okay, where all the engineering types of the circuits, academic type of the circuits like full wave, half wave, all the outputs, inputs, everything you can measure. Now, the second question arises whether the CRO is an input or an output section or is an output module. Okay, so you must understand that CRO is nothing but it is just a monitor screen. Okay, where you will have two types of the plates like horizontal plate and vertical plate. You will have the electron gun. Okay, based upon the design of this oscilloscope you can monitor the waveform which you are supplying to this particular CRO. So nowadays if you will see in the market, there are different types of CRO available, not only analog but the digital CRO is also available, where you will get everything measured automatically like time period, amplitude, and they will also calculate the frequencies automatically. Okay, so in various applications like the signals where you have to monitor like telephone exchange, okay, or a TV signal whether it's working properly or not, a function generator where you want to analyze the waveform, what is the time period, what is the frequency, okay, everything you can monitor. So all these applications we require a typical device known as cathode ray oscilloscope. So this is the basic introduction of it. Now let us try to understand in detail. Okay, so first I will try to show you the block diagram. I have prepared a PPT. So let's see. Okay, see here in this block diagram, if you will notice, there is one called as vertical amplifier where we are providing the input signal. When I am saying the input signal, it could be any form of the signal like my voice signal, okay, or a signal from a function generator, which can be a triangular signal, a sine signal, a sinusoidal signal, which also include the other form of the sine, and triangular, sawtooth, any other signal which you want to measure or which you want to analyze, you have to provide it to the input signal section, which will be in turn going to the vertical amplifier. You can see here the block called vertical amplifier. So the main part here is the vertical amplifier, which is directly connected to your input signal. As I told you, cathode ray oscilloscope is a two-dimensional monitoring screen where you will have the horizontal plane as well as vertical plane. So horizontal plane will be connected to your horizontal amplifier and vertical plane will be connected to your vertical amplifier. So you can see straight away we are giving the input signal to a vertical amplifier, and the horizontal amplifier is connected with the external input. Okay, so you can see two plates are there, like horizontally it is placed and these two plates are vertically placed. Okay, so this two different plates which you can see here is connected to the respective amplifier with the help of delay line or the time based generator circuit. You have to remember one point, that the vertical amplifier will always be connected to a delay line before giving that particular input signal to the vertical plane. Similarly, your horizontal amplifier, which is connected to your external input signal, will be coming from the time based generator. And here the very important part is the trigger circuit, because any circuit or any electronic components which you see in your day-to-day life like mobile phone, anything, okay, TV, washing machine, everything, it all require a triggering circuit. Triggering circuit means when this particular your circuit diagram or your components will become on. For that we require a triggering signal, so we will have a special parts in that. So here we are using the triggering circuit with the vertical amplifier connected. Okay, whatever the input signal you are giving, if it is above that particular threshold line, then only it will be able to you can able to analyze, monitor and study further. Okay, for that sake a triggering circuit is there. If suppose it is below that threshold point, then you cannot analyze the signal on the CRO screen. Okay, so to analyze the signal or to study the signal, you require that the particular signal should be above your threshold point of the triggering circuit. If that is okay, then that particular triggering circuit will initiate a signal which will excite the time based generator. When the time based generator it is getting excited, it will produce the signal which in turn is going to the horizontal amplifier, which is connected to the horizontal plates. Okay, now when you connected the horizontal plate and vertical plate with the respective signals coming from the vertical amplifier and horizontal amplifier, an electron gun will inject the electron and this will pass through this vertical and horizontal plates and give you the particular deflection of that signal. That means you can monitor the amplitude, the time period, also you can analyze the frequency which is associated with it. Then this particular signal, to view that signal onto the monitor, it is required that this particular electron should bombard on the screen, should collide on the screen. To collide on the screen, a special gel will be there. Like if you touch your monitor of your laptop or mobile phone, if you tap, you can analyze a particular vibration you can feel, or you can feel something is flowing like water, right? So that is nothing but the electron, when it is bombarded with the screen, it produces certain form of the energy. When it is produced the energy, it will get be deflected. So it will not be deflected in any direction, rather it will be deflected in the vertical direction, the input signal, and the time based generator circuit will be deflected in the x-axis. Okay, so this is particular nothing but your the block diagram of cathode ray oscilloscope. With also we have two important part, a high voltage supply and low voltage supply. Okay, this is being connected to your, see, if you see this gun type structure, this is nothing but called as CRT. I don't know in your generation, have you seen that old television where you will have a backside of your TV or your computer screen bulging type, right? I don't know how many of you have seen, but if you come to my lab, okay, you can see one monitor is being placed there, which is not slim, which is of old model. If you open that particular monitor, you can also analyze the CRT. Like in black and white TV of uh, uh, 70s or 80s, you can see there a CRT will be present. If that TV particularly that TV is not working, you will just dump into it, and it is not working means you will dump, right? It is not working because that particular CRT, the cathode ray tube, is not going to work. That means that electrons which is being ejected from the electron gun is failed to pass through the vertical plane as well as your horizontal plane, because of which there is no signal is propagating into the x-axis as well as y-axis. Okay, so this is the basic block diagram of your CRO. Sometimes people also interchange the word CRO to CRT. You should not get confused, because CRO is a wholesome package where CRT is only part of it. Okay. In addition to CRT, you will also have horizontal amplifier, vertical amplifier, output screen, which is in turn connected to several buttons where you can control the whole operation of your CRO. Okay, so the major part is CRT, but it is not the CRT. Okay, it is in addition to CRT, you will have other components as well, like as I told you, triggering circuit, time base, horizontal amplifier, vertical amplifier, okay, and so on. Now, as I explained you the various function of it, now let us try to see the CRO consists of what are the main majority of the CRO consists of what parts. Okay, first as I told you, CRT, cathode ray tube, vertical amplifier, which in turn connected to your input line, delay line is also connected to your vertical line, vertical amplifier, so that there should be a delay in the signal, because the time based generator circuit x-axis will produce the signal with a certain delay. So to match it out, the input and the time based generator circuit, we require a delay line. Okay, then you will have an horizontal amplifier which is in turn connected to your X screen. Time based generator circuit will be connected to your horizontal amplifier, and the triggering circuit will be monitoring whether that particular signal can be analyzed or can be monitored or not, if it is above the threshold level. And then the majority part is the power supply. Now, in detail, if you want to analyze how your CRT will look like, then you have to see this block diagram where you will have your horizontal plates and vertical plates. Horizontal plate is designed in a horizontal direction, which in turn will, these plates are actually made up of electrode, okay, electrodes. So this is placed in a horizontal direction, and vertical electrode is placed in the vertical direction, which you see here. This is nothing but an electron gun, and here you will have these pins, connecting pins, which you will connect to your signals. Okay, when this particular electron gun will eject an electron, this will be deflected in the vertical plate and also in the horizontal plate, and will get bombarded in this particular phosphorus screen. Okay, screen with the phosphorus, and you can visualize the signal. Okay, so this is the block diagram of your CRT. Then the function of electron gun, which I have explained to you. So it is nothing but which produce a sharp beam and focused upon the fluorescent screen. Okay, CRT, where the electrons are get emitted and converted into a sharp beam, is nothing but the function of the electron gun. The electron beam consists of an indirectly heated cathode. You can see here, these are the cathode pins. Okay, so it is going to be indirectly heated, and a control grid which accelerate your electrode with a focusing anode. The electrodes are connected to the base pins, and the cathode emitting the electron is surrounded by a control grid with a fine hole at its center, okay, through which your electron will pass. This electron beam passes to the fine hole, and the negative voltage at the control grid control the flow of electrons in the electron beam, and consequently the brightness of the spot on the CRO screen is controlled. Okay, then we have the deflection system. As I told you, we have two deflection system. Okay, one is your horizontal deflection system, and another one vertical deflection system. So electrostatic deflection of an electron beam is used in general purpose oscilloscope. As I told you, medical purpose oscilloscope is also there. Industry purpose oscilloscope is designed. Okay, so it could be designed in a different way, but here in the deflecting system, it consists of a pair means two, horizontal plate as well as vertical deflecting plate. Okay, so which I have explained to you. Now let us try to understand some other important parts of it, how this deflection beam is passed. You can see when electron gun, it is ejecting. Okay, so if we are now going to analyze only the plates of vertical and horizontal separately. So this is nothing but vertically placed. So first we will analyze the vertical plates. You mid questions can be asked like this: how the vertical plates have been placed. Okay, so it is placed parallelly. Okay, the deflection is proportional to the deflecting voltage between this plate. कितना वोल्टेज आप इसमें अप्लाई करोगे उस हिसाब से डिफ्लेक्शन होगा. कौन से एंगल में यहाँ पे बम्बार्ड करेगा, that depend upon the amount of voltage that you are supplying to it. You can see here a voltage source has been connected. Okay, now similarly to the horizontal plate also. Okay, so it is also placed parallelly, but it is placed in a horizontal direction. So it is going to be control your on x-axis, how you are going to see the waveform, how the waveform will behave. All this can be controlled by supplying this particular voltage at the deflecting horizontal deflecting plates. Okay, now the next part, the spot beam. See, with certain angles, okay, on fluorescent screen, when you're passing out, there's a formula: S is equal to I total by VD, deflecting voltage. So depending upon that only, this particular electron beam spot will come into picture. Okay, this formula is not required for diploma, but for BTech this formula is required. S is equal to
Sir,
I total by VD. Yes.
sir, some students are
Okay,
waiting.
okay, I'll allow that. Okay, now without wasting the time, okay, so once you understood this concept, we have to understand the electrostatic deflection. As I told you, there is a different formula, derivation is there, but for diploma this derivation is not required, so I will not show you this PPT, rather we'll move on to this PDF. Okay, in simple way, as I explained you through the PPT also, that we have the main important part is horizontal amplifier, vertical, external signal, internal, same thing. Here it is also there. Okay, so you can see this block diagram. Now for your diploma purpose or for any competitive exam, if you're writing railway, group C, group D exam, if you're writing, or if you're trying for engineering after completing your diploma, you might have to write this uh, exams. Okay, so there they ask several questions related to CRO also. The first thing you must remember that there is no input as such. Okay, it's an output unit like your printer. Okay, now how it looks like. Okay, so if you see the screen, it will be looking like your graph paper. Shall I show you? 1 minute, I'll just show you the CRO diagram, actual diagram. Okay, CRO real image I will show you once. Wait, if you come to lab, you might have seen it. If not, I'll show you. Okay, see this image. Can you all see this image, or should I enlarge
Yes,
it?
sir.
You can see, right? See here, some big image also we can get it. 1 minute, huh? I'll just show you the real image of it. See, there are different CRO images you can see. Now let's click and try to see a different perspective. I'll share this also, but I want to enlarge it actually. Let me see whether I can do it or not. I'll save this image also so that later on I can send you CRO image. Now, no issue. Now, if you see this screen, okay, here, if you see this screen, this is like your graph paper where you will have the two axes, x-axis and y-axis, which I am trying to show you. 1 minute, somebody is waiting. Which I am trying to show it in your PPT and PDF also. You can see the screen like x-axis, y-axis, right? So if this dark line is there, this is the reference line. This is x-axis and this is y-axis, and it is a grid-like shape, right? So this, now see in your original image how it look like. See this grid. So your it will be very easy for us to analyze the signals on two-dimensional point of view, right? You will have x-axis also and you will have a y-axis also. Okay, x and y, and these are the control knobs. Okay, we will be discussing through PDF, but I just want to show you here how originally it look like. If you get an opportunity, you can visit to the lab also, and you can see sometime how CRO look like. Okay, so you can see here where several control buttons are there. I will explain you now. There are several control button and several external signal, internal signal. These buttons are there. So we have to study about this button. So that is what is there in your PDF. So directly if I would show, you might not understand. So that is why I have shown you the original image. So now you can see we have an on off button. Okay, you can see here also there is an on off button. Okay, so see, and here two buttons will be there which can adjust your contrast and brightness also, like how we do in black and white TV na, same features like brightness and contrast also you can control. You can increase and decrease the amplitude, and you can increase and decrease the frequencies. Okay, you can change the time. See, this is nothing but the time per volt division. That means x-axis how you are going to control. Here only two signals you can see. That means we have kept into a dual mode. All this I will just explain and I will go to the PDF. So this is all about the vertical things. This is all about the horizontal knobs. Okay. So these are where you will be connecting your external signal. Okay, like function generator, input waveforms, whatever you want to analyze, like triangular and sine wave, you have to connect it here. Okay, now output section of that will be connected to the monitor. Now if you have a big circuit where you will have an input, you will be connecting to a function generator, and output where you want to monitor, you will directly connecting that to your CRO. ठीक है, ऑफलाइन होता तो आपका हाफ वेव फुल वेव, अगर आपको याद होगा वर्चुअल लैब में वी आर कनेक्टिंग टू द ऑस्किलोस्कोप, राइट? So similarly in practically same thing we have to study here. So that is I am going to tell you one by one. Okay. First of all, you will have on power control, where you will a switch will be provided to you. You can press this to make it on or off. As I told you, intensity control will control the intensity, means how intensity you are going to control, see that particular waveform. Okay. Focus, okay, how focus, how means how sharp you want to see it, so that knobs will also be there. Okay, see, you can see in intensity and focus, this two will be actually here, it will be present in actual screen. Okay, then led will be glowing whenever you are pressing it to be on and off, so you can easily see through the help of the led. Very important part is input selection. Whether you want your input to be external or internal, you have to select this. And then we will have two important part. One is called y gain and another one called x gain. Okay, so where we can monitor your shift of this particular part in x axis or in y axis. As I told you, a time based generator where you can change your frequencies, you can either increase or decrease. Okay, so all this signal represent these particular buttons. Okay, so on off everything is being given here. I've also explained you. So anything is left out, no input, you can connect to the ground. Okay, so these are the like probe buttons. I know it is difficult for us if we go through this, but if you see the original image of it, you can see. But I'll just type by CRO online. Okay, I just want to show you one thing. See here, there are several types of CROs available. Okay, cost also you can see. If you see this CRO, out of stock, in Flipkart it is present. What I want to show you is here, see, uh, this buttons you see, right here, this button, this is for external signal, this is for your connecting to the probe. Okay, so there are several buttons placed which we have discussed, x axis, y axis and so on. Basically in laboratory section we generally study like HTC, where we can see all these knobs. Okay, HTC we generally see, you can have different knobs to which you can control your signal. Okay, and here now see, in a new one you can directly connect with the, now I think I will be able to show you. See, this is the screen where you will have x axis and y axis, you will analyze your signal. Let it to be these buttons which you see here, this one and this one, this is for two channel. As two signals are coming, that means one knob will control this signal, another knob will control this signal horizontally, okay, not vertically. And then you will have the different buttons. It's not getting clear, otherwise I would be easy to show you. This image is not coming clear. I'll, otherwise from the lab I'll click the image and I'll send to you in your WhatsApp group, you can watch. Okay, all that particular signals which we generally analyze. Okay, in, for time being you must understand the signals already been mentioned, but you cannot visualize this signal correctly, so I will take a image and I'll upload in WhatsApp group. Later you can see that particular image, how practically it look like. Okay, now applications of CRO, I told you, whenever you want to measure any unknown waveform, okay, or for measuring any electrical quantities, we use CRO, where CRO will give you the amplitude and the time period. See, CRO can also not give you, cannot provide you the frequency directly. Okay, but frequency cannot be provided directly by the CRO, but you can calculate the amplitude. Amplitude means whether you are giving the voltage. Okay, So calculate the amplitude, that is means in the terms of voltage, and you can also measure the time period. So time period you can measure. Once you know the time period we are referring with capital T. Once you know the time period T, you can calculate F. F is equals to 1 divided by T. With this formula, as I am referring capital T, I am writing like this. So once you know the time period, you can calculate the frequency also. Okay. But nowadays, there are several new type of oscilloscopes are coming where you can also see directly what is the time period, what is the frequency, what is an amplitude. All values will come in a digital way only. They will be displayed in a digital display. Okay, in CRO now they are giving you digital display where you can see how much voltage, how much time period, and what is the frequency of that particular signal. That also it's coming in a new type of oscilloscopes. But anyhow, if it is not given, we have to calculate. Okay, so now if you see, there is certain questions that can come in your exam. Okay, how you can calculate? See, I'll just read out this problem and I'll explain you how we can do. When an unknown DC voltage was given to a CRO, okay, the deflection of the beam was found to be 2.5 centimeter deflection of the beam. Okay, and when the vertical gain control was set to 5 volt per centimeter, find the value of the unknown DC voltage. Now what you have to do is you have to calculate what is the unknown DC voltage. But the deflection of the beam, you know, with this formula is 2.5 centimeter. Already it's given in the question, and the vertical gain is also given. Okay, so when you multiply this two, you can get actually the unknown voltage. So like this problem also they are asking sometime in exam, in competitive exams. So you must know unknown voltage you can calculate by simply multiplying the deflection of the beam with vertical gain. Vertical gain is nothing but the gain which you primarily set in CRO to see that particular waveform. Suppose somebody wants to see it somewhat larger, you can do so, but the value will never change because the vertical gain volt per centimeter they have given. So they have given you 5. Suppose you are measuring in some other thing, so the deflection of the beam will also change. Okay, so and you can calculate the unknown voltage. Similarly, you can also do with the AC voltage. I'll just with this example I will try to explain you. Okay, now forget about the question, just try to see here first. This is the output screen of your CRO. Okay, now we have to assume this signal and this lines to be one line. We have to find it to be as a reference line. It is your wish, you can take any line. I can consider this line also to be reference line, this, but you must understand that you have to consider such a line to be x-axis reference line, which actually starts the signal from 0 and also terminate at 0. So if I have seen all these horizontal line, I can see this line is the best line if I select this to be a reference line. So this line I am designating it to be x-axis reference line. This also you can consider to be y-axis reference line, or you can also consider this to be y-axis reference line. It is up to you. Okay, you can consider this. Once it is clear the reference line, now you can easily count for this particular signal. This is the reference line. So vertical axis means this is y-axis. 1, 2, 3. It is touching, the peak is touching at 3, and then the bottom section also 1, 2, 3. See, total peak to peak signal is 6. So they have asked to find out peak to peak voltage. See how you are calculating. You are calculating from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it is 6 centimeter. Now what is the voltage is given? 20. Simply multiply it. You will get peak to peak voltage. Maximum value if they are asking, so this is the positive, this is the negative. So maximum any one you can take. So I am taking the positive side, 1, 2, 3. So 3 into 20, so you will get 60 volt. So this is the maximum. Peak to peak matlab positive and negative both you have to include. Okay, then the RMS value of the unknown voltage, RMS nothing but divided by root 2. So here the maximum value is 60, so 60 divided by root 2. So the formula of RMS is V max divided by root 2. If you doesn't know the formula, I'll just write RMS value. RMS value is equal to any RMS value you can calculate. If it is I, you have to write I max by root 2. It's a V, so V max by root 2. Okay, so how I'm going to write root 2? I'll simply write, shall I write root 2? because I'm using note, I don't have that symbols, so I'm writing root 2. If you want me to write in a here in paint how it looks like, I can write it VRMS divided by root 2. Okay, so this is the formula. Okay, so you can calculate RMS value. Peak to peak means you have to take positive and negative. Maximum value means only positive. You just count it and you multiply with the given control voltage. Okay, now like this formulas they ask generally. Sometimes they will ask you the formula, or sometimes they will give you like this waveform and they will ask you to calculate the peak to peak value of it, maximum value. In railway specifically they are asking such questions, and also in competitive exams, and when you are going to write for BTech. Okay, you might have asked such questions, so you should know. Okay, now next one, measurement of electric current. So it is all in the terms of voltage. Now in the terms of current, you know Ohm's law. See, I'll tell you, it's like very simple. You have to remember only one thing: V equal to IR. Okay, this becomes Ohm's law. When it is I, it will become what it will be. When you have to calculate, it will become V by R. Okay, so now see, only the language is changing, but the essence is the same. Ohm's law. See now what they are saying, unknown current. So voltage by resistor. See this formula only, V by R. Okay, so essence is same. So you can easily calculate. The circuit is being given to you. Okay. Now measurement of unknown frequency. I told you the formula. First you have to calculate the time period. Already that formula is given. First you calculate the time period, then F equal to 1 by T. Same thing is written here. See, one question is being given. I will just try to solve it. To the same figure, this figure. Okay, they are asking figure 5.10. I think that is the only figure 5.10. This one. Okay. The question is, the waveform as shown in figure 5.10 was obtained on the screen while measuring the unknown frequency. That means you have to calculate the frequency. The time based control is given. Now the time base 0.2 is given. आपको पहले तो टाइम पीरियड टी निकालना है, ठीक है. नाउ वी विल कैलकुलेट व्हाट इज द टाइम पीरियड. आई टोल्ड यू द टाइम पीरियड इज द कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ पॉजिटिव साइकिल एंड नेगेटिव साइकिल विल गिव यू कंप्लीट टाइम पीरियड. ये पॉजिटिव शुरू होके नेगेटिव में पीक में जाके कब क्लोज होता है, दैट बिकम्स योर टाइम पीरियड. सो जस्ट कैलकुलेट कितना सेंटीमीटर है. 1 2 3 4 5 6. सो 6 इंटू व्हाट इज 6 इंटू दिस वन, ये कितना एस्टिमेट आप कर रहे हैं. जो क्वेश्चन में दिया इट इज 0.2 टाइम बेस. So you just multiply it, you will get the total time period, that is 1.2 millisecond. Millisecond means 10 to the power minus 3 second. So now this formula which I have already given to you, F equal to 1 by T, just substitute the value. It is 1.2 into 10 to the minus 3. ऊपर गया तो 1000, और एक इसको कर दीजिए आप 12 by, और एक 0 ऊपर चले जाएगा, डिवाइड करिए, you will get this answer. Okay. Now there is one more important thing. ठीक है, how we can calculate the frequency without using this formula. Is there any way that we can do? Yes, there is a way called as Lessaig's pattern. Okay, Lessaig's pattern. With this also you can calculate frequencies. Okay, so there is one formula you have to remember. This formula several times it is been asked. Okay, now you are going to write the objective examination in GTU. They will surely will ask you some question based upon this. So you have to remember FV NV equal to FH NH. What is F? It is the frequency of the voltage applied at the y-axis. N is nothing but the maximum number of loop. FH is the frequencies of the horizontal, and N is the number of the loop touching on the horizontal plate. Okay, some standard is given. Suppose you are getting a circular like pattern, Lessaig's pattern like circular shape on your CRO screen. That means FV is equal to NH. What does it mean? That means NV is also 1, NH also 1. मतलब ये जो loop है ये एक ही है ना. So when it is 1, then your FV is equal to FH. So they may ask, they may give you this in objective question. They may give you a circle and they will be asking you what is the horizontal and deflection frequencies. Okay, option they will be giving F equal to FH, Fe equal to 2FH, Fe equal to 3FH, or Fe equal to FH by 2, any options. So the right one will be Fe equal to FH. Now I'll explain you how we can calculate others also. Okay, now if you see, you have to actually draw a line. See, this is the vertical, and here if I draw, this is the horizontal. Na? Is that point is clear? If you see horizontal, 2 point it is touching. In the horizontal, there is a two loop, 1 and 2, right? Two times it is touching. The loops is touching on the x-axis as 2 point, but on y-axis only one time, right? So NV is equal to 1 and NH is equal to 2. So for this loop, the formula is Fe is equal to 2FH. Similarly, here if you draw a line, how many times it is touching to the x-axis? This particular loop diagram is touching to 3 points, 3 times. So this will become 1, 2, 3 on horizontal plane. You just draw a line. Okay, you can see. If you draw a line on this side, only one time it is touching. Okay, so F NV is equal to 1 and NH is equal to 3. So the formula that you will be getting as Fe is equal to 3 times of FH. Similarly, now see this pattern. If we draw here, we will be seeing that on x-axis it is only touching one time, but on y-axis if you draw a line, it is touching 2 times. So now FH is equal to 2FV. Again, for this particular diagram, if you see and observe, now let us try to draw a line on y-axis. See, 3 times it is touching. So it will become 3Fe, and on horizontal side it is only touching to the one time. So NH will become 1. So FH is equal to 3 times of FV. Now for this diagram, draw a line. Okay, and draw a line here for this pattern. So it is not at all complete pattern. So this is nothing but 1, 2, 3. So this is nothing but 2FH is equal to 3Fe. Yes or no? See here. Are you getting the point? Here, see, actually how many times we are getting, I'll just try to show you. Just see. This sort of questions they will ask. Draw a line here. So how many times it is touching? 2 times. So here, 2 times 2FH. Okay, is equals to how many times it is touching to the V. Now let us try to draw a line. I'm drawing a line here. So it is touching 3 times. So 3 times of FV. Sorry. 3 times of FV. So if I have to write in the terms of FH, then I can write FH is equals to 3 by 2 times of FV. Same thing I can also write in the terms of FV. Then it will become FV is equals to 2 by 3 times of FH. I hope this is clear. So they can give you any shape. Based upon the shape, just draw a line and try to find out what is the value of NH and NV, and choose the right option whatever is given in your exam. Okay, I hope this is clear to everyone. Can one of you say yes or no? If it is not clear, I will explain once again.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. This is very important, okay, because you are going to write an online exam. Surely this type of the questions they will ask you in exam. Okay, now same, see here they have asked you a question, they have given you a figure, okay, and they're asking what is the formula. See, 1, 2, 2 time it is touching on the y-axis, so NV equal to 2. Only one time it is touching on NH, so it will become 1. So what will it, the formula will become FH is equal to 2 times of FV. See, and now they are asking you the formula in the terms of frequency also they have given. Substitute it and then you will get it. We have the formula. FH का value वो लोग दे चुके हैं आपको. So now you just substitute the value also. FH they have given you 100. So 100 into 1, Fe equal to 2. So if you multiply 100 into 1 is 100, divided by 2 is nothing but 50. So the right answer for Fe is equal to 50 hertz. So if you see in this, they are, suppose in this question they are saying that FH is equal to 100 hertz. So what the formula, FH is equal to 90 लेते हैं हम लोग. So it will be easily divisible. So Fe is equal to 2 by 3 टाइम्स ऑफ 90, ठीक है, 90 हर्ट्ज। सो 3 से काट दिए हम लोग, सो दिस विल बिकम 3 3 9 30, so 2 into 30 is nothing but 60. Clear to everyone? Like this formula they will be giving you value and you will be asked to find the unknown value or the frequency. So it's very easy, just remember this formula and substitute it. Whatever, suppose they have asked you, they have given you fe value, then you have to substitute here. Suppose they have said fe is equal to 60, so let us try to put here fh is equal to 3 by 2 times of FV as I told you, it is, we are assuming it to be 60 now, so cancel kar dijiye, so 2 3 is 6, so 30, 30 into 30 देखिए 90. Okay, see, first we have assumed that the FH value is 90 na, and we have substituted here, we got the value of FE. To counter check the same thing I have done, I got the same value. That means this is the formula, whatever we have derived is right. Okay, like this questions will be given to you in exam. Last time many people have got the chance to prepare the question paper, I also done, so majority of the questions came from my question paper, I believe. Okay, so this time also if they will ask to me to prepare the paper, definitely I will give such questions because these are very interesting and it will apply all set of knowledge in Lessage's pattern. Even you will know how to check the x-axis, y-axis, how you can find out the unknown frequencies, how you can find out the value of nh and nv. So this is something very interesting. Okay, people can give you such questions also. If a chance is given to me again, I will be preparing question definitely from this end. This is one of the favorite area from where you can prepare an objective questions. Okay, similarly for this pattern also they have asked you. So if you see here, nh is equal to 3 and nv is equal to 2. Now just substitute fe value they have given. See, it's so easy, just substitute it, you will get the answer. Is that clear to everyone? I hope it is clear. Okay, now there is another thing that you can calculate the phase difference. Okay, so this formula you have to remember, sine phi is equal to a by b or phi is equal to sine inverse a by b. Okay, this diagram is also very important to measure the Lessage's pattern with respect to angles. Okay, this directions also you have to remember, this figures. If it is tilted towards your extreme left side or horizontal side, phi is equals to 0 degree. If it is like ellipse shape, then the phi angle will be from 0 to 90. You cannot say exact value. If it is circle, it is 90, and if it is tilted towards the extreme end, then you will say it is between 90 to 180. And if it is only a straight line tilted other side, then it is 180 degree. So these shapes also they can give you, and they will ask you what is the angle phi. Options, suppose they have given circle and they gave you 0 degree, 0 to 90, 90 to 180, 180, 90 degree. So you have to choose the right option. Okay, and the formula is phi is equal to sine inverse a by b. So like this, if suppose they have given the shape, straight away you can write. Suppose they have given the value of a and b, you can also calculate phi value using sine inverse a by b. Okay, now same type, another question is there. While measuring the phase displacement, the pattern shown in the figure 5.15, let us see what is the figure of 5.15. This is the figure. Okay, if you compare this figure, this is nothing but the second figure, so angle should be from 0 to 90 degree, right? Yes or no? See this, if you compare with this, the angle should be 5.15, angle should be between 0 to 90 degree. See, they have calculated and estimated value is 0.66. Okay, they have calculated a value, b value, you can see here. So this is the value of a. ओके, जो पहला आपका जो टच हो रहा है और जो एक्सट्रीम टच होगा दैट इज योर बी. ठीक है, जस्ट आप देखिए ए इज 1.5 एंड योर बी इज 2. So they have substituted the value. So 0.75. So phi of sine inverse of 0.75, definitely you have to use calculator. You cannot get the exact value. Suppose you do not have calculator and they have asked you, because sine inverse का तो आपको नहीं पता है, you only know the standard value 0 degree, 30 degree, 60 degree. 90 degree, 45 degree, we all know, right? Other than that, you require calculator, otherwise we cannot do it. So you might be expecting that sometime they will arrange in such a way that you will get 1 by 2, okay, or they will give you 60, 45, something like that, okay, so that you can easily calculate it. If you have a calculator, it is well and good. If you do not have calculator, try to write the exact value. If it's an option, okay, then you have to choose. They will be definitely, they will be giving you something. Suppose calculator is not allowed, the person who is setting the paper, they will set the standard values like 30, 45, 60, 90, and so on, 180 and so on. Okay, they will not be giving you some value which will be lying in between where you need a calculator. Okay, otherwise they will be asking in such a way that the option will be set in that way that when you divide, you will get the answer. Okay, like that, they will be giving you phi equal to sine inverse of 0.75. They will be giving you option like that. Sine inverse, so they will be not giving you exact degree, they'll be giving here sine inverse of. So you must know how to calculate a and b. Okay, then if you want power factor, as we have calculated phi, just cos of phi is nothing but your power factor that you can estimate. So this is something related to CRO, where we have studied what is the block diagram of CRO, the various blocks of CRO in detail we have studied. We have studied the front panel of CRO, the several buttons associated with it, okay, time, days, volt per division, x-axis, y-axis, x shift, y shift, and so on. Then we have seen what is Lissajous pattern or Lissajous pattern. We have seen how to calculate NH and NV, and then we can substitute in the formula NHFH is equal to NVFV. Then we have seen the different shapes of it. Based upon the shape, how you can calculate the unknown frequency if one frequency is being given to you. Another case, we have seen how we can calculate the unknown frequency on y-axis if the deflection is being given and unit is given. Similarly for the x-axis, then the angles, how to calculate the phase angle by using the Lissajous pattern, some standard angles being shown to you. And then we have done some some problem based on that. Okay, so you can, where you also calculated the power factor, okay, by using this formula of the phase displacement, right? So this is all about your CRO. Okay, in case of any doubt, you can ask.